Welcome to the Burning Lighthouse, where topics are discussed openly and honestly, where we discuss topics from around the globe, from your neighborhood, city, state, and country, where the affairs of the world are told by melanated people through the lenses of the melanated. Tonight's topic, we are going to discuss 21 keys to a healthy relationship that leads to a successful marriage. It's easy to get involved with a pretty face or a big bankroll as far as trying to live a status quo. But those types of relationships seldom last. Over 50% of all marriages end in divorce. Only 48% of black women even get married. So, what is the problem? The problem is we go into relationships with the wrong attitude. Tonight, we are going to discuss 21 steps to help us better navigate the path to have a greater chance of happiness. How everybody doing today? How you doing, Trav?
What's going on, man?
How you doing, man? How you doing, Miss Davis? How you doing?
I'm doing well. I'm doing well. How you?
I'm doing fine. You know how we do. We go straight into it. The first uh, subtopic is going to be respect. Now, you know you have to respect your mate as you respect everybody in the world. But that respect goes a long way because the disrespect will inhibit you from going further into a relationship. And no one wants a disrespectful person. So respect is high on the chart of being able to enable you to have a better chance at being successful in your relationship. What you say about that, Miss Aisha? We love to get these women opinions. Miss Aisha, Mr. Trav.
Yeah. I'm still here.
Oh, there was Aisha, but I had a slight technical difficulty. What you say about that, man? Because I know respect, man. You got to have respect in these relationships, you know. And I know you been involved with your wife for a long time, so I know that both of y'all, you know what I'm saying, were very respectful.
Oh yeah, you have to be. If not, it ain't gonna last.
Right, man. That's what I say because, man, I see people in relationships, man, and they the disrespect is so real, that they ride around.
Hello?
Yeah, we
Hey,
had lost where Aisha
yeah,
was.
yeah. I'm trying to figure out what was going on. I'm sorry, gentlemen. I was hearing you guys, but you ain't hear me. Because I was trying to chime in. Can you hear me or am I breaking up?
Oh, I will hear you loud and clear right now. We want to get your thoughts on
Okay.
our first topic, which was respect.
Let me throw this out because as I heard you speaking and Trav speaking on just respect, the first thing coming to mind to me is that you can't respect your partner until you respect yourself.
That's right.
We often look for things in other people that we haven't gotten to the point to within our own selves,
Yeah,
especially as a woman. You know what I'm saying? Because in American society, they have defined the black family for us in the sport. They have defined our positions, and I think that we're lacking in that area as black women. I'm gonna speak on men too, but I'm gonna criticize us as well, okay?
Yes, ma'am.
But we have to learn how to respect ourselves in order to demand that from our partner.
Yeah, I totally agree. I totally agree. What you say, Trail?
Yeah, I agree. I agree with that. Cause if you don't
Yeah,
have no respect for yourself, you ain't gonna have no respect for nobody.
that's right, man. You got to respect yourself. I'm the type of brother that, say if I'm in a certain situation, and it goes for other brothers too, and women might try to throw themselves on you because they might not get along with your significant other, so they try to break you up, break your house up, so they can get back. And I wouldn't even entertain those type of female. I wouldn't entertain no other female. Period. First of all, if I'm devoted, and if I'm in a relationship, then I'm devoted. You know, and to disrespect her is one thing. To do something that's detrimental to the relationship, but there's another whole topic when you add the disrespect, because to me that is disrespectful for a man or a woman to be even flirtatious with someone their man or their woman uh, do not get along with, and that person is trying to invade on your happiness. But we're gonna move along, who
Mhm.
got 21 keys. That was the first one. So just letting y'all know, man, be respectful in your relationship, man. Be respectful. Women, be respectful. Men, be respectful. Two, finance. I know people say, oh, it come to money. It come to money. But listen, man.
No money, no honey.
It is what it is because, hey, man, just being honest, man, you can't pay the bills. How are you a provider? Men are providers. How can you provide if you can't pay the bills? If you don't go out there and do what it takes to to support your family? How can you build a family if you can't support your family?
Yeah, that's why a lot of marriages end because of finance.
Yeah, I know. Ms. Aisha gonna speak on these finances, baby.
Listen, can y'all hear me?
Yes,
Yeah,
ma'am.
I was actually trying to look up that statistic because even before when I was looking at um, marriages and why many marriages fail, that's one of the main reasons. I can say I love you and we get along and we kicking it and we happy, but if we broke and them lights out, it's
Yeah, I know
hard
that.
to be happy when them lights out.
I know that's right, man. I'm gonna tell y'all a story, man. And it was a past relationship. And she was a good girl, man. But I was diagnosed with sleep apnea, so it put me out of work. You know what I'm saying? She was very understanding, saying stop being so stressed. It's not like you chose not to work here. I got you. You know what I'm saying? But it was so stressful to me not being able to do what I was doing that I destroyed that relationship. You know,
Mm-hmm.
because you being broke, a person used to being able to take care of his family and do what he want to do. If you're not being able to do that, oh, you're gonna be stressed unless you're just a broke person and you leaning on your woman. You just gonna lean on her all the time. You just staying at home being a houseboy. I'm sorry, Eric is not a houseboy.
Yeah, so you got a lot of them out here now too. These days, there's more out here than ever.
I know, right?
Yeah, cause some of these women, they might have a good career, and they really don't care. They love the man. They really don't care. He ain't got to work. A lot of them like that. He ain't got to work. They love him. They gonna take care of everything.
Hey, fellas, let me pop in here. Because I do agree with you, but that's when it comes down to have dealing with men who um what's the word I really want to use? They end up being users. And don't get me wrong, you know what I'm saying? Like, that's just like a child or anybody else. You know what I'm saying? You start doing too much for them, they get too comfortable and get
Oh yeah.
complacent. Okay? But a real man is not going to do that. What I'm saying is, because I'm that type of woman too. If I know my man working hard and he's a provider, it's different when a man chooses not to go to work versus a man that can't go to work temporarily or whatever for health problems. That's a different thing. I tell my husband all the time, because my husband come out of a family where they are providers. No matter what else he may or may not do, he's gonna provide. Okay. But I have to tell him all the time, if one thing about it now, I ain't gonna take care of you just sitting up in the house doing nothing and you able about it. But it's different when you're down. Because to me, that's what a partnership in a relationship is about.
Yep.
Because I would expect the same thing from him. I would expect that if I'm not able to go out there and get it off, I'm not able to come in here, and, because I really believe in roles, guys. I really do. As well as I'm kind of progressive, I'm still real old school. So I believe in roles in the house. So if I say, okay, my role is, because I don't believe in taking out the trash. I know how to pull it out, but I ain't going to do it if I got a man, because that's, hey, and I wash the dishes. I'm really that kind of stringent. But if I'm unable to wash the dishes, you go in there and wash the dishes because, hey, I'm hurting. That's a
Yep.
partnership.
That's right. That's
So,
right.
whereas I hear you, I hear what you're saying, that you couldn't do it. I really think that, and I don't know, and I'm not saying she was the one. You understand what I'm saying? But at the
Uh,
same time, sometimes we miss, because every woman ain't like that. That's
yep.
really a good solid woman. Like most of them, they still be trifling and the ones who really want to take care of man and this and that and that. I mean, yeah, you getting taken care of, but what else going on?
Yep.
What else
That's
you?
right.
What else lacking?
That's right. And I can't say this, man. Me and her are still great friends to this day, man. I call her when she calls me, and we talk. We talk, man. Have great conversation. She's married now. I respect her. I know he got him a good wife, a good soldier on his side, man. And I hate I messed up, but it's life.
It is, and we learn. We we
Yep.
we we learn. We learn as we get older. And but I feel what you're saying, because when you are used to being the breadwinner, when you used to people coming to you, now I got to come to you and ask. That put you in a
Yes.
whole nother that put you in a whole nother
Yeah,
situation.
yeah, that's a
Ooh.
hard pill to swallow there.
The hard pill to swallow.
But see, that's
Move.
why I say, it's good that when we have, because I think sometimes in relationships, we run into relationships so quick to
Yeah.
we don't really build friendships. Because if you build friendships before you get to jumping into all that other stuff, then you have that understanding where you ain't feeling, okay, if this person doing this for me, they're going to throw it up in my face later on, or it's going to be an issue. I can be confident that this person got me.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? And see, that's a difference. You weren't
Yep.
comfortable because of that fear of knowing to me, this is what I'm saying. When I'm as a man, when you're raised as a man, this is my responsibility. And hey, ain't nobody gonna tell me, you know what I'm saying? I
Yep.
got it. When you do stuff, that puts you on a whole another level. When you
Yep.
bring your
That's right.
bread to the table, can't nobody tell you to get out. Can't nobody tell you. They can tell you F you, but by the time they telling you F you, you make it to the front door, they saying, wait a minute, come back. They don't
Man,
rethought
that's
about that. You see what I'm saying? So it's a
yes.
sense of power. It's a sense of power.
Yep. Yep.
And that was one of the things I think, if I'm not mistaken, and is one of our topics in there. It's about, if I'm not mistaken, and I'm gonna say it anyway because I talk to my clients about this and just people I mentor to. It's about being humble.
Yep. Yep.
Sometimes we got to be humble.
That's right. We're going to the next subtopic is perseverance.
Mm.
To being able to persevere the hard times,
Ooh.
when things ain't going right, the job is stressing you out, and the rent man
Knocking at the door.
is knocking at the door, and just different times. We call it them rainy days.
Can I?
But when you love somebody, you know how to persevere. You ain't ready to jump ship at the first sign of trouble. You ain't looking over there seeing what Jody and them got going on this
Mm.
week, and how they got all the money right now, and they able to go out right now, and y'all right now is in a tight position right now, and you're not willing to let go just because rain comes in everything, in
Mm.
every aspect of life. Like the song say, she's a track star.
Mhm.
You know what I'm saying? Not them types. Mm-mm.
Can I speak on that?
Yes,
Because
ma'am.
I'm kind of I ain't gonna say I'm here, but I'm gonna tell you where I've grown. Going on for 15 years, going on 15 years of marriage. Um, that was something that I had to learn how to persevere and learn what I consider our love language. Okay. Just to give an example of anybody that's listening to this broadcast, and I'm really talking out to females, that's listening, and it may resonate with some males too. But just like I go back and say, my husband is a hard worker, and sometimes when he began to be overworked, okay, because he don't have an outlet, I was his outlet, and it wasn't always nice. Okay, it wasn't always nice. Um, And at first, in my early years, at first, I didn't know how to accept it. I used to get a little mad and I get right back at him. You know what I'm saying? And through us talking, because I believe in communication.
That's
And
right.
I believe in communicating when I'm not angry. You know what I'm saying? Like we might go through it the night before, but the next or 2 days later, we finna talk about this when we got some clear heads. You know what I'm saying?
That's
Because
right.
when you're upset, you will say things, and some things you will say you can't take back.
Yep.
And when I began to communicate, what I realized my husband was going through so much on his job, racism, which was big for him because it was many times he wanted to walk off the job, but he didn't walk off because of me, because he knew I liked the money that he brought in.
Uh-huh.
You understand what I'm saying? So really, he was punching out at me because really he was mad. And to be honest with you, when he started telling what them white folks was telling me, he should have been damn mad. You understand what I'm saying?
Yes, ma'am.
He should have been mad because he was taking it because he was making good money. He knew, but he knew I didn't want to. And when I realized and we started communicating, I said, "You ain't gotta take that shit." We started talking about it. And he said, "Babe, but it's all right." So then we started communicating about how you deal with white folks on the job. Because what I started telling him is, I've been dealing with it, but I know how to deal with it differently than you.
Mm-hmm.
That's why I tell people, when I talk to people, communication is so vital. Now, don't get me
Mm.
wrong. 20 years ago, I went down.
That's right. You
Because
grow.
I'm being honest with you, I've been walking that door. You done called me this and you done said this to me. But then when I start thinking, he's tired. He working for me, and really, honestly, even though he shouldn't be like that, but he don't know how to express that I'm mad as hell that I got to do this. Because I don't have an education or I didn't do what I need to do so I can have a better job. I got to take this shit off these white folks just so we can have a good living. But when I realized it, it made me respect him on a whole different level
That's right.
as a woman. And start saying, thank you for getting up at 4 o'clock in the morning, going to work while
Mm.
I'm still in the bed. And sometimes people need to hear that. We don't know how important it is that our mate need to know and that we appreciate them for the little things.
That's right. That's right. That's right.
Communication.
Next, we're gonna go to time. You know, it's very important that you set out quality time for your significant other. You can't work all the time. You can't uh, do this all the time or do that all the time. You know, it's a certain time that you got to sit at, whether it's every day, and I will sit at every day, at least once a week for something special, you know, because you're going to look back over the years and the conversation we had when we was watching Netflix and the kisses we gave when we traveled out of town under uh, that waterfall, or do you remember when we ate that perfect dinner on the shores of Miami Beach? Or do you just remember when we barbecued and we sat out there all night and baby it rained on all the food and we laughed and we just had a good time, you know? If you ain't got that quality time, you ain't spending that quality time with her or him, guess what? Somebody else will.
Oh yeah.
Say that. Say
Somebody
that.
else will.
Yeah,
Because
somebody always will.
I know because it means a lot, man, and not even just the big trips, man. Just the baby. You remember we went to the washer and all the washers were dirty. You know we had
Mhm.
to go the next day. We got up in there and we washed them in the tub. Then we had our late night dinner and our wine, and we sat there just holding each other, baby, all night long, and just kisses and everything. You know, man, that right there is heartfelt to me. Those little things like that, that quality time, because it ain't really a little thing because it's small and big. But you got to spend those quality time. You know, you got to prepare yourself to spend those time. You got to look forward to spending that quality time with her or him.
I think that's what a lot of our young couples miss. You know, when they're young and they start having a family, and of course, and this was something I even told my daughter. That's branching out and has a new family. Um, and they hadn't been anywhere, and the child was like, what, 6 months, and she was like, well, mama, I got a free trip, with some hotel and blah blah blah. I say, and really, my husband said they need that time because
Mm-hmm.
we get lost a lot of times, especially when we move quickly, because we do that as in our culture. We don't
Yep,
plan. We don't plan like other cultures. You know what I'm saying?
yep,
Or wait till we stable and and it's easy for us. We start having families before we really really ready financially. Okay, so that
yep,
adds to it, and we don't even realize because y'all are more, and when I say y'all, men are more needy than women. Emotion, not emotionally, but even physically, and physically. Because a woman, hey, we think, we got the baby and all this kind of stuff. It's a complete circle, but that ain't how men operate. They still want, and this is from my experience. You know what I'm saying? Still want the fun time, still want and for some, and nowadays these women like that. I just had a
yep.
cousin call me and say, my wife's telling me I don't take her out no more. I said, well, do you? He
Mm.
said, well, we ain't got no babysitter. I said, well, go get one.
Get one.
Go get one and take her out. Let her dress up and put her high heels on and everything. Whatever she was wearing that stopped you in your tracks, let her put it on and make a letter feel sexy
Yeah.
and all that kind of stuff and go out. You know what I'm saying? And
Well,
have a good time. That's what she
right.
missed.
Man. I'm showing mine off. Baby, well, how you want to dress tonight? I'm matching you, baby. I'm showing this what I got. And y'all just seeing the outside. Y'all don't even know her heart.
Okay.
Mm, let's believe. Let's
Mhm.
believe. Next, we go into compromise.
Uh,
You gotta have compromise in a relationship, and a lot of people, like you say, the young folks don't be understanding that. Sometimes the guys be like, man, it gotta be my way. No, man, I ain't going for that. No, I ain't doing that. And chicks be saying, well, no, sometimes you gotta compromise, man. Sometimes it ain't all about you. It ain't all about her. Sometimes
mhm,
let her have her way. You know what I'm saying?
mhm,
Or a pastor was talking, they were like, the man is the head of the household. And the pastor said, well, let me expound on that. He said, just because the man is the head of the household don't mean it's his way all the time, because a good head of the household knows when to let his woman have her way to satisfy her and let her be happy. You can't just say, okay, it's all about me. I'm the man. I pay these bills. I do this. I do this. No, man. No, that ain't cool. That ain't cool. You want your woman to be happy. You want her to be like, well, I know if I ask him and he know I really want it, I know that he gonna compromise and do that for me. I do that, because you're supposed to. You're
mhm,
supposed to. It ain't all about ruling nobody. Who wants to be ruled over?
mhm.
Be looked at as the second person or like a slave. No, man. I want her to be happy in every aspect of life itself. What you say
Yeah,
about that, Miss?
I was hoping Travis talk about that compromise. I want to
I
hear a
know
little
the
bit.
Oh
trap.
yeah.
Man,
Oh yeah. I know a lot about that compromise. Yeah, cause see a woman, you with a woman, and it's gonna be a lot of compromise, or else the house ain't gonna be right.
Hey, what
yeah,
that saying is, what that saying? If my wife, it's a saying they say about a wife.
Happy wife, happy life.
Happy wife, happy life. That's right.
Yeah,
That's
'cause
right.
look, if
That's
she
right.
ain't happy,
you
you
ain't
ain't gonna
happy.
be happy.
You ain't gonna be happy.
The kids ain't gonna be happy.
None of it.
She ain't
Nobody.
gonna let you happy. She ain't gonna let you be happy if she ain't happy.
Oh nah,
Mhm.
I
nah,
Mhm.
can't
bitch.
go there. You can't go hang with your friend. Huh? I can't go
Mhm.
over else. Why you going over your cousin house? You say my cousin flirtations with me and the same way. You know what I'm saying?
Mhm.
You
Mhm.
gotta have a relationship, man. And next we're gonna go to communication. This is why Aisha was very,
Mhm.
very strong. I'm gonna let her lead this off.
I don't know. Yeah, I was talking about that earlier. I'm just big on communication because I'm gonna be real with y'all. The type of person that I was in my younger days. I would be mad at a person, anybody, and I don't say nothing. You know what I'm saying? And wasn't nobody
Mhm.
hurting but me. I'm fuming,
Yep,
and everybody else going on with their damn life.
yep,
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? And so through growth, and that's why I put that out there. Sometimes we don't wanna get real with our feelings and our emotions, but it's necessary. Because
yeah.
we assume, I'm mad at you and you don't know shit.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? And I'm walking around looking at you grim, and
Mm,
sideways, and you don't even know it.
don't even
But
know it.
but the only person that's hurting is me
Yep,
and my household though too.
yep.
You know what I'm
I'm looking.
saying?
I'm looking at it like I'm at the kitchen and I see her looking a certain type of way. I'm getting up and I'm saying, come here. I'm grabbing by her hand. Stop. I say this. Let's talk. We need to talk. I know something is going on. You ain't your mirror self today. Have I caused this or what's going
Mm-hmm.
on?
Mm-hmm.
Oh, sit down. Let's talk. Because I don't want you feeling however you feel, and I'm connected to you, so I know something is
Something
going
wrong.
on. And so let's talk about it. Let's talk. Let's sit
Mm-hmm.
down, discuss it. Let's come up with a solution for it. And if I done something wrong, baby, I'm sorry. And let me apologize. And let's move on.
Mhm.
I need to see the face on you, baby. Now I'm get. I got to make you laugh. Come on, now, come on, baby. What's
That's
going
it.
on? Let's talk.
And I
But
think
yeah,
that the key part of that, Drafts, I ain't trying to cut you off. I think the key
no,
part of
go
that
ahead.
is being gut level honest, because sometimes we can be real artificial in our communication.
Yes,
You know what I'm saying? We tell a person what we want to know, want them to, or we think we want them to hear, because we too scared that we gonna hurt their feelings. And you know what I'm saying? And don't get me wrong, I do believe in being very mindful of what come out that tongue.
that's right.
You know what I'm saying? But at the same time, I'm not going to harbor how I feel just to sacrifice you, and now I'm suffering.
That's right. I remember I used to have a relationship uh, with a female, and she had a lot of guy friends.
Mm, mm-hmm.
Uh, every time one they see one that hey, all the little hugging and all of that. I ain't like that. He told me I let it be known. I said, look, while we together, I don't like all that hugging and touching and stuff. You my woman. You know what I'm saying? I don't like that, and we gotta do something about that. I let it be
Mm,
known. Okay, you right. So while you're in a relationship, a handshake, a hey, and a goodbye. You know what I'm saying? Because I'm not gonna be hugging on no woman. You know what I'm saying?
mm-hmm.
I'm not gonna do that. I'm not gonna hug on no woman, and I'm with my woman or not my woman. I'm with you, so whether you there or not, I'm like, shaking hands. They're like, oh, you don't get no hugs, no more. Hey, baby, I got an old lady, and she don't really like that. Well, where she at? Well, she ain't here. I say, yeah, she ain't got to be here. You know what I'm saying? She ain't got to be here. She here? Oh, here. That's something that she don't like. I'm not gonna add fuel to the fire. I'm gonna respect her. I'm gonna
But
respect her.
let me
What's
ask
good?
you this. Let me ask you this. E. I got to go a little deep in this. Why you have such a problem with that? You consider that disrespectful, or
Ah,
are you just jealous by nature? I mean, it's okay if you just jealous by nature.
I mean, it's just like especially if you're like a new relationship. Maybe further down in a relationship, I could maybe understand it a little better, because maybe my trust level would have been
Yeah.
more. But
Eh,
I don't know if these guys that you hugging is you from your past relationship, a sexual relationship, or have what have it be. You know what I'm saying? I
yeah.
don't know if these guys when they hugging you in they mind, they like, okay, I still give her a hug. The next time she ain't with a man, I'm gonna kiss her on the cheek. You know?
Yeah, but that's the woman though. And let me share something with you. And I really get it. I get it. Don't get me wrong. I get it. But I'm gonna talk from a different perspective. And I know my husband a little rare. And honestly, how our relationship is, he wouldn't have been able to do it with another woman. I was a tomboy, so most of my friends are males.
Mm-hmm.
You understand what I'm saying? And at first he couldn't. At first he like, nah, I don't get it. These niggas, that nigga like you, this and that. But he started seeing and noticing the respect that niggas gave me in the street.
Yeah,
You understand what I'm saying? Like he was like, Isha, you know everybody like, because I told him, I said, let me say this to you, and this was my disclaimer. We gonna go some places and people know me, but won't now ever disrespect you, because I don't even let them disrespect me if I wasn't with you.
that's right. That's
Like
right.
I never played that. You understand what I'm saying? Don't get me wrong though now. I've seen some women that play that role and they ain't on that type of time. They are doing some malicious stuff.
Yeah,
You feel what I'm saying? So I ain't finna lie to you and say, if my cousin come to me and tell me, I'll be like, man, you need to watch that, bro. You understand what I'm saying?
yeah,
I gave my husband a disclaimer. I made sure, you understand what I'm saying? He knew, and when he asked me questions, hey, because I do so much community work too. You understand what I'm saying? So I deal with a lot of men, even professionally too. You know what I'm saying? But come on, come with me. To be honest with you, I love it because I be wanting them to let them know I ain't one of these thirsty women that looking for a man, because you know the ratio is that we want y'all more than y'all want us.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, it's way more women out here than men.
Yeah, exactly. So
So a
I be
lot of it,
glad for my husband to show up on the scene, because baby, it ain't that time of day with me.
yeah, because a lot of us, we getting killing each other and going
Yeah,
to prison. So
it's serious. So when you find a good one, you know what I'm saying, it's 10 women on one man.
Yep. That was the stripper said the last day. Said multiple women when we clinging on to one man.
One man. Mm-hmm.
See that today?
I was so blown because I'm gonna be a good level honest, because we just talking. And I know people go through different things, but I'm talking to women about how you handle yourself as a woman. And it's good with communication, letting people know who you are, you know? And
Yep.
I was dealing with, in my work in the community with it was a guy. He came back to Alabama. He was running for a big time Congress seat on the national level, And because of what I do in the community, he would like, people like to talk to me, pick my brain, what communities they need to target, that kind of stuff, okay?
Yeah.
So the guy called me when I was working, and it was a lot of stuff going on. I'm like, look, I can't really talk. I said, but I ain't gonna lie. I said, after work, I'm finna go grab me a drink because I need to de-stress. I said, you can meet me at such and such. I said, don't nobody hardly be there, and we can just chop it up.
Okay.
So when I said, I ain't think none of it. But then when I texted him and said, okay, I'm gonna be leaving out my house at 4 o'clock, he didn't answer. So I said, wait a minute. I said, ooh, Isha, because sometimes you don't realize what you say. I said, damn, I told him to meet me at a bar and ain't nobody going to be there. Maybe he thinking I'm trying to hit on him. It just came out of nowhere. I said, ooh, Lord Jesus. I said, okay. So I texted him. I said, that's all right. I'm not going. I'm going straight home. I still went and got me a drink, because that's what I do
Yeah.
on them stressful days, okay?
Mm-hmm.
So I hit him back the next day. I said, let me tell you something, bro. I said, I want to be straight up real with you. And I communication. I said, let me tell you something. I say, this is what happened yesterday. I said, and I told you this. I said, but I'm going to be 100 with you. I said, I know you just came back to Mobile. I said, I know you just retired from the military. I said, I ain't going to even lie. You're riding around in your big leg. I said, these bras on you, ain't they, bro? He kind of laughed. I said, but guess what? It ain't that type of time with me.
That's right.
I told him just like that. I say, honestly, you called me when I was in a stressful situation on my job. Boo, boo, boo. I couldn't deal with you right now. Right then, I said, and that's what my next move was. I said, but let me be real with you. I'm married. I'm happily married. I said, my husband know what I do. He know that I go get me a drink after work. He know this. I say, and it ain't that type of time with me. You know what that man did? That man say, Isha, I'm so glad you told me that. He said, because you ain't lying. He said, them bras be chasing me down in my car. I done had to dip off roads in Mobile because they be chasing me and following me around. I said, I already
Wow.
know how they are. I said, I know they thirsty. I said, but I'm letting you know I ain't like that. It's
That's
business
right.
with me.
That's
So
right.
that goes back to being straight up,
That's right.
being honest with
Yeah.
my husband about what I got going on. So that he was on the phone the other night when the senator said, "Hey, when I win this election, this a closed door affair, but you and your husband welcome." So that's the kind of people I'm rocking with.
That's right.
I ain't hiding it from you.
That's right. That's right.
Communication, loyalty, and being open and respectful, respecting
That's right.
yourself. It
That's
ain't
right.
hard.
That's right. So we're gonna move on to this dedication.
Mm.
You gotta be dedicated to a relationship and where it's going. So you can't half step, as I call it, half two step in a relationship where you might be a handsome young man or a beautiful young woman, and since you got all this opportunity, you kind of straddle the line sometimes. That's not cool. You're bringing pain to that woman. You're bringing pain to that man. So you got to be dedicated to fulfill your role in a relationship. Can't be none of that being flirtatious too much, you know what I'm saying, and overly or underly dressed, you know. You gotta be dedicated, you know. You gotta get up every morning, go to sleep every night, you know what I'm saying, with the intent to do right and be righteous in this relationship. Dedicated to it 100%. It ain't no I'm 70%, I'm better than some, you know what I'm saying? Well, I'm 80, I'm 65%, you know what I'm saying? Dedicated, but we ain't married, I ain't got no ring on my finger. How you expect to get a ring on your finger if you are not dedicated?
That's
You
true.
know, you're a man that just because he got a good job and making good money and women, she keep finding women numbers in your pocket. You know what I'm saying? Every time she turn around and come to your job, a woman in your no man, you gotta be dedicated. You put them women out your face, man. The women ain't no good. Because if the woman was some good, she wouldn't get in your face and she know you in a relationship.
Mm-hmm.
That the main but trash, man. I hate to call women trash, but hey man, anybody that know that you in a relationship and is coming at you trying to get you, trying to be in a relationship with you, that ain't no good. So
But
why
see,
each person want
but
to break up something that's happening?
you know why? Cause they want you.
Mm-hmm.
That's right.
They don't care nothing about the other person. They looking at what they want.
Mm-hmm.
They ain't thinking about it. They was in the other person's shoes. Only thing they
Yep.
thinking about, oh, this is a good man right here. I want him, or this a good woman. They ain't thinking about the other person.
Yep.
Cause
And
like you
once and
say,
once
the ratio of women to men out here is a big difference.
Mm-hmm.
yeah.
So a
Tell
lot
me.
of them know if a man a good man, they gonna try to get him. Especially he making good money. They know he making good money. They gonna try to get him.
Yep. But I mean, once even if you get in a relationship like that, it's gonna deteriorate because one thing about it, you got him by cheating. So now, can
Mm-hmm.
you ever really trust him?
Mm-mm.
Yeah.
Can you ever really trust her?
Mm-mm.
Once a cheater, it gonna be a cheater.
Mm-hmm.
But see,
You know?
it's different on the women's side because a woman, men gonna chase women anyway. But on the woman's side of things, the men limited out here, especially for the younger generation.
Yeah.
It's
Me,
worse for them, but they really don't have no role models. A lot of them that's visible for them to see, to know how to act and conduct themselves out here.
That's true.
yeah. I talk to some guys, man. You talk to some of my friends, man, and they kind of like they be amazed when I say, "I said, man, you think you're gonna be faithful, dedicated to one woman?" I'm like, "Of course," because listen, man, how can you expect dedication when you ain't dedicated, brother?
Mm. Mm.
That's crazy.
Mm-hmm.
You a can of worms. You run around here with her, but you don't expect your woman to get tired of it and start running around with him. Well, you a hypocrite to the first degree. Y'all talk, they talk that big talk, no shit, but that's bullshit. Because if you ain't gonna be dedicated to that woman, how in the hell you expect her to be dedicated, man? And you can't take what she can take.
Yeah, see that ain't reality. See, a
God, ain't.
real person know. Okay, if you don't want to be married or be locked down, you ain't gotta be. There's plenty of women out here, plenty of men. You ain't gotta be. But a lot of people they gonna be married or have a boyfriend, a girlfriend, whoever they with, and they still want to play too.
Yeah. It ain't gonna work. It ain't gonna never work. You ain't do no but wind up hurting a good woman and cause her to change her ways because she gonna be in the hurt so bad that she is never going to want to hurt like that again. And you're going to destroy a good woman. And now you done turned her into one of the normal ones. I mean, not one of the normal, one of the ones that's already out here, the dime a dozen. And they're going to be out.
But then
So can I
too,
say something? Can I
go
say
ahead.
something on that, Travis? Let me say that. Because I'm hearing what you're saying, and I'm so glad to hear that from a man, right? Because that's what women say, he turned me into this. So, because we do get hurt. And it's like I ain't going through that no more. I actually have a very best friend of mine that she went through that. And I mean, she was a good girl. She ain't about nothing now. And I'm talking about
Mm,
a good. When I say good, good. Ain't
yep.
about nothing now. And even her husband called me and told me, Isha, I messed her up. That was a good girl. But the flip side of me say, now I'm gonna say this, the flip side of me say, but that goes back to loving yourself. That's why I talk to people so much about, even in relationships, about getting in tune with who you are. Because and don't lose yourself into somebody else. Because you have these
Yep.
unrealistic expectations, and then when they hurt you, you do. Because I
Yep.
don't agree with just because you did me like a dog, now I got to go turn into the hole that you been. I'm not finna do that.
That's right.
Yeah,
That's good.
cause see, she could have just left him.
That's my point. Like
He have
that's
to
not
do that.
to me. That's not okay that you running around and you fucking his friends or you doing. I ain't saying that's what she doing, but this and that and that. Excuse me, but I'm just being 100 because that's what women do. Oh, I'm gonna hurt him like he hurt me. Bitch, you ain't hurting. I'm sorry. I ain't saying how no female, but you ain't hurting him. You hurting yourself. You
That's
damaging
right.
your body. You're disrespecting yourself.
That's
Walk
right.
away. Walk
Walk
away.
away.
Walk
Walk
away.
away.
I can't honestly, and I'm a female. I can't co-sign that. I can't co-sign that. And
That's
I
right.
and I've been hurt. You know what I'm saying? I ain't so hard that I haven't been hurt. I've been hurt.
That's right. That we all been hurt.
You know,
No, I've been hurt. Did some hurting.
but you
And
don't. But you don't. Because what I call it is, that old saying they say whether you're a victim or a volunteer. So let me be real with you. Let me say this. Just like he was talking about walking in the house and knowing when his woman ain't feeling good, and you know what I'm saying, and communicating. I mean, people can say they don't know. You know when that man's starting to slip out.
Yep.
You know when
Yep.
things, because it's gonna change.
There ain't no change.
It's gonna change. So even
Yeah.
as a woman, if you don't step up and say, "Hey, baby, what's going on?"
Yep.
Like, let me be 100 in my relationship when I started gaining weight. I had to go to my husband. I said, "What's going on? You don't like me, big?" You know what I'm saying?
That's right.
You ain't as attracted to me. What's going on?
That's right though. That's
So
right.
if at least if I know I find out that's what you're doing, at least I've asked you to try to correct the situation.
That's right.
And I'm gonna do the same for you. Dude, listen, this is what I need from you.
That's right.
but in some of them situations, like when people do stuff, that's who they are.
Anyway.
A lot of them just don't have the finances to survive on their own.
Ooh, say
Yep.
that now. Come on, say
Right.
that.
So that's part of it too. Why they'll stay in a relationship because of the finance, and they gonna play too because they know if that relationship in, the people you out there playing with, they
Ain't
ain't
finna
gonna do what that person do,
bad at all.
and they know that.
Yep. That's right.
That's men and women. Cause a lot of men they have a wife that's helping paying bills or paying half the bill. They don't make enough to make it on their own. Then you got
Yep.
some women the same way. If that man leave, they can't make it on their own. But a woman have a better chance than a man.
But Travis, I don't. In some situations, I don't think that that's bad. And let me share this with you. Why I say this, because sometimes I think as humans we are feel good people, and
Yeah.
what we see. and it look good, and you know what I'm saying, that's just like you meet somebody new. It's so exciting in the beginning
Yeah.
until real life show up. And you know, that's something that me and my husband talk about. You know, we laugh about it and stuff like that. I mean, even though when we be married, he said, I know ain't nobody. As much as you get on my damn nerves, ain't nobody gonna treat me like you.
That's right.
You understand what I'm saying? So I already know I ain't stupid. You thought about it. Let's be 100. You thought about it, but you thought about it and said, what you know you really got, ain't nobody finna do that. And sometimes we have to reflect to get our shit in order and back up and say, wait a minute, slow down. With everything that look good ain't
Ain't good.
always good.
Everything that glitter ain't gold. I feel
Okay.
that.
Okay.
We'll move along to loyalty. Let Travis have this. Let Travis start off with the loyalty. Travis.
Yeah, you got to stay loyal, man. Yeah, you got to. Yeah, I've been married 16 years.
Woo, that's good,
So,
man.
Oh wow, that's good. Mm-hmm.
oh yeah, me and my wife, we have a good relationship. Just like if I need my little time alone, I'm good. She need her time, it's good. Nobody
That's right.
worried no about it.
Because they know
So,
y'all know each other loyal.
yeah, 'cause me
That's right.
myself, I've been working since I was 16 years old. I had a car when I was 16. Bought my own car.
That's right.
So I always had my own money so I can survive on my own.
That's right.
So so if I wanted to play, I would have never got married.
That's right.
I would have just
That-
stayed single. I could just, I can do what I want to do.
I commend you, brother.
That's right, man. That's right. Because loyalty go a long way, man. Like I was saying earlier about that, hopping off the ship, first sign of trouble. No, you gotta stay loyal because a person gonna respect that you was loyal to them. You know what I'm saying? If a situation came in about and they were like, well, shit, over here, this guy is really doing it. He's got a big car, he's got the nice house. He don't have no kids. He's a church going man. You know what I'm saying? And girl, you need to go over here, man. No, I'm telling you, boy, she fine as all outdoors, boy. She's a brick house, man. You need to mess with her, man. No, man. You gotta stay loyal because if you ain't loyal, you ain't gonna be loyal to nobody. Because one thing about pretty faces and big cheeks, they all fade in the end. And they might attract you, but they will not keep you.
Okay.
Oh yeah.
Gotta have loyalty.
Mm-hmm.
And this next topic, like Aisha was saying earlier, man, you gotta be happy with yourself. How you expect to make somebody happy when you ain't happy? When you're not a happy person? You old grumpy person, always down, always negative. Man, you got to be happy. You got to express happiness. If you ain't happy, you need to do something to make you happy. Go exercise. Exercise releases stress more hormones. And when it releases them stress hormones, guess what? You got a calming feeling come over you. You able to spread cheer. If you ain't happy, how your household gonna be happy? How your children gonna be happy? How your wife gonna be happy? How you gonna make them happy when you ain't happy?
Yeah, that mess up the whole household. And you ain't no happiness. Hey, the whole house is in disarray.
It is.
Great. Got to be happy. Do something to make you happy, man. Have a family night. Laugh and joke. You know what I'm saying? You got to be able to laugh. You got to be able to joke with each other. You know what I'm saying? You got to be able to put them smiles on them faces, man. Get happy. Be happy. You
But
know
see,
what I'm
that
saying?
go that
Go
go
ahead.
back to some of the other keys though. Finances and
Time.
communication, time.
That's
See,
right.
all that work go together.
It does.
All of it go together. All of it go together. Just like this next one. Ethics.
Mm.
You ain't got no ethics, no morals. How can you have morality? You just do anything. I mean, I don't care about nothing. I'm me. I'm this. I'm that. Man, you ain't got no ethics, you ain't got no morals, you ain't got no values.
Mm.
I mean, come on now. You got to have ethics. What type of good person don't practice ethics? You should have that in your daily life, your walk in daily life, in every aspect that you do. You should have ethics. And now that wouldn't be right, man. I'm not finna. That ain't right. You know what I'm saying? People do stuff that's not right for monetarily gains, for fame, for
Mm.
fortune. No, you gotta have boundaries, man. You know what I'm saying? I'm gonna tell y'all something. When I was a teenager, and Trev asked any one of the OGs in the neighborhood about this about me, I always said this. They'll say, man, such and such, I was in the street, you know what I'm saying? I was in the streets, young man. They say, man, such and such, he's smoking now. Boy, I can't wait till he come around here. Boy, I ain't serving him. Why? Boy, that's one of the homeboy, that's one of the brothers.
Mm-hmm.
Shoot, man. Money ain't money. Fuck you mean money. You talking you love this man, but you gonna keep on selling him this
Conservative.
shit.
Mm-hmm. Oh,
How
Jesus.
y'all,
Yeah,
how you
Oh, you talking to me, E.
And I'm talking about, I done told them a time and time again, anybody I'm gonna kick your ass in front of me.
Oh, you talking to me.
They ain't playing. I went out, our brother's gone now. I'm gonna mention his name, you know what I'm saying? It's a
Mm-hmm.
little so. You know what I'm saying? They were like the man DeRosa told me one night I seen him. He was down there by the cannon. And I seen him at the front of the store. I was talking to him. You're like, man, you know what, man? We was coming up. He said, man, you was the only one, man.
Mm-hmm.
You was the only one, dog. You wasn't having that. Cause when I first told me that he was on it, well, the first thing I did was hopped in my car, went around there and told him to hop in. He hopped in that car and said, what they tell me you smoking, dog? What the fuck wrong with you, dog? That's
Mm-hmm.
what you do, man.
Yeah,
Like,
yeah.
no, he lied to me. He lied to me. I believe him. You know what I'm saying? No, even them niggas that hating, bro. I came around there, had a little head. You know what I'm saying? I was just trying to, you know what I'm saying, get one little head, dog. That's all it was. I'm like, I ain't growing on man. Don't be doing that, dog. We better than that, dog. We better than that. And then nobody served him when he came around there either. Cause we gonna fight. I don't give a damn who it was. He ain't finna do that. How the fuck you saying you love this man, dog? And you contributing to his
His
downfall.
downfall. Mm-hmm.
Come on, man. I had people in my own family. I tell you right to this day. What? No, I would never ask Cuz to serve me because Cuz is gonna go off on my ass about this shit. I never served a pregnant woman. Oh
Mm-hmm.
no, no, no. I never served no child. No, hell no. Hell wrong with y'all? Come on, man. Come on.
But E, let me tell you this too. You know what I'm saying? I'm telling you, you just got me like some just going through me because when ethics flashed up on the screen, right? When I think of ethics, because even though I know some of the street, I got my professional side of me, right? So I remember ethics was what, when I grew up in the household, my dad would say, have some morals about yourself. Have some morals. You know what I'm saying? Now, going through school, they said have ethics, okay? And I had to learn ethics because, that's what I had my licensure in and blah, blah, blah. And that's what allowed me to keep it because I'm going to tell you some street of me and some shit on the job I wanted to do that almost had me where I couldn't still be a professional. You understand what I'm saying? But I took
Mm-hmm,
it serious and I used to read my code of ethics every 6 months what
mm-hmm,
I was supposed to do, okay? But at the same time, I'm saying this, how real it is, and what you're talking about is that, we don't realize when you have ethics, how much it just bless you. and it holds you, because I think sometimes it's just as humans, we can battle. We
Yep.
can battle. Because even when I call myself, and I'm going to say it, I ain't even come out there like that. I call myself trying to hustle. And that's the same thing that stopped me from hustling. Because my cousin, who's my mama, first cousin, was trying to score from it, and my best homeboy that I grew up with. And I was doing good to them motherfuckers were getting on my nerves. I said, I can't serve them. I can't serve them. It killed me. You
Yeah,
understand what
man.
I'm saying? But it was because I had morals. I had ethics about myself.
That's right. That's right.
And I think that those are the things that bless us and save us, regardless of who you believe in, your high power to be. You know what I'm saying? But, because you see some people out there, they don't care.
Yep. They don't care.
They'll serve their mama.
They'll serve their mama. I'm like, wow. Hey, no, I done seen people serve their little brothers and their mamas and their cousins. They don't care.
They don't
Money
care.
is money. They gonna get it anyway. They gonna have to go get it from somewhere else.
Okay.
You can't even ask me that. Don't even. Why you better not even ask me that? You know you're gonna have a problem, dog.
But that
Cause
goes
I'm.
back to the heart of a man.
That's right.
Where's your heart?
That's right. Oh, I can't do it. I ain't never been like that. I couldn't understood people that was like that, man. Ethics and morals, man. Come on, man. No, man. I don't look at her. That's a sister, man. She is pregnant. She got a baby. She got a life inside of her. You is gonna poison that baby. That baby gonna come out addicted. You don't care. I don't need to be hanging with you because you messed up in the mind. You done made me hurt you, player.
Yeah, yeah.
And I'm feeling bad about it. But you pushed it. You pushed it, man. Come on, man. Any one of my friends, man, they'll tell you what. One thing about Big E, he ain't gonna do that right there. And you're gonna have a problem with him if you try to serve them dudes in front of him, dog. Because he don't look at them like that. You know what I'm saying? We're gonna have a problem with that. These brothers. I was
Yeah.
gonna say we the brother, we brethren, and we doing that to each other, man. I mean, doing it at all is
Mhm.
messed. But
Mhm.
you love and know, man. Come on, man.
Yeah. It's different when you know better.
Yeah. And then we're gonna get to baggage. Bringing that old baggage into a relationship because the last relationship didn't work out. He or she was a cheat. They didn't have morals, ethics, or values, and they did this and they did that, and you in so much pain, baby. You need to heal then before you get into another relationship because that's all you gonna do is destroy that man. And it's not always the man destroying a woman. It can be a woman destroying a man. For a man, be like, man, I tried that. I tried to do right. I tried to be good, man. And these women, man, these women ain't nothing, man. It ain't all women. It's the ones that you chose. Those women were still hurting. They never gave their self chance to heal before they went into another relationship. So they went into the relationship all wrong. And you brought that old baggage in there. You brought all that old hurt up in there. You brought all those things that were detrimental to your first relationship, to your second relationship, to your third relationship in your life. So you're gonna bring the same attitude in that like somebody got to go for that? Ain't nobody got to go for that because don't nobody need your old baggage. I'm not the one that hurt you.
Yeah, that's why some of us go through so many relationships.
Yep,
'Cause
exactly.
they keep taking the baggage with them.
Mm-hmm.
And that don't do nothing but make it, at first it'll be a good relationship, but then it's gonna get toxic.
Yep. Like that lady Eric do say, bag lady.
Oh
Mhm.
yeah,
Uh,
man.
mm, keep them baggage. I ain't the one that hurt you, baby. I ain't the one that cheated on you. I ain't the one that took your money and went out and spent all the rent money, gambling. I ain't the one that stole your purse, took your car, beat your kids. I ain't did none of that.
But
So
hey, but let's add this baggage that we take into relationships for because of what we've learned throughout from our childhood traumas. See,
mhm,
we talking about relationships. You know, as Black Americans, we grow up and we are born into families
yep,
with trauma, and we
yep,
take that same baggage into relationships because America defined it what the Black family was supposed to look like, and so we blame our Black women for looking at men for money and this and that and but honestly we weren't taught to keep our man in the household, and that's a layer of baggage.
yep. That is.
It's a layer of baggage that needs to be untaught.
Yep, that's right. That's right.
It ain't just about hurt relationship. It's about what we've learned from what we've seen in our environment.
That's right.
Men seeing their mamas getting beat up, so they grow up and they start beating up women.
Yep,
Yeah.
yep. Daddy got three women. Now you want to have three
Three
women.
women, exactly.
Mama would cheat with the man down the street. Now you want to cheat with the man down the street. That learned behavior.
They learn behavior.
Here we go to honesty. And I used to, we were speaking about this earlier. You got to be honest, man. You got to tell her or him what's hurting you, what your likes, what your don'ts. I mean, it is key to when you meet someone, you're open and honest. Some things ain't gonna come out because you
Mm.
don't know this person, so you don't really know how far to go. But over time, you know what I'm saying, you need to develop
Develop.
that
Mm-hmm.
to honesty. You need to be an honest person off the top. Don't nobody like a lie. You lie, you'll steal. You steal, you'll keep. You know. So
Mm-hmm.
you gotta be honest. If you in a relationship or you just got out of a relationship and you know what caused the problems, you know what I'm saying? Don't go into that relationship and not being honest with that. Like, man, look, this is just something about me that situations like this I don't like. Don't go in there and you know you uncomfortable. You know that you seeing the same things that you saw the last time, and you're not even gonna give this relationship a try because you're not honest with him, you're not honest with her, you're not honest with yourself. So
Mm-hmm.
you got to stand on being honest. Just tell the truth, man. How hard is it to tell the truth? If you tell one lie, you got to tell a whole bunch of
A
lies.
whole
Just
lot of them.
so
No,
it's best.
I wasn't cutting you off. You got to tell another lie to make up for the last
Yeah,
one.
that's right.
Mm-hmm.
That's right. You got to throw all that out. It's way more easier to just be honest off top than trying to hide one lie after the next lie after the next lie. You go and say they ain't got no kids. Baby, you done killed six of them. A man
Mm-hmm.
talking about, oh, that ain't my baby, man. That ain't my baby. Come on, man. Just because she was promiscuous and y'all want to relationship, there ain't no reason not to claim that baby. Be honest, yeah, that's my child. I take care of my child. No, we're not together. No, we wasn't in a relationship. It happened, and I'm man enough to stand up for what I did, and that is my seed, and I'm gonna take care of my seed. I'm gonna be there for my seed to the best of my ability, and be honest about it. Don't be just sitting down, man. Yeah, I ain't never liked her. You know what I'm saying? Yes, you did. I was in love with her. You know what I'm saying? Because a lot of men, they'll get to that point where they don't want to seem weak to the other guy. Oh man, I was just that girl, man. No, I was in love with her, bro. It don't make you look bad because you was in love with somebody who you thought was one thing that turned out to be another. That happens to everybody. Stand on it. Stand on it. You know, gotta be honest, man. Gotta be honest. And I know with Miss Aisha, Miss Trail, They've been in a relationship, been married for a long time. So honesty was key. Am I right, y'all?
Yeah, definitely.
Oh yeah, that's the key. One of the keys.
Mm-hmm.
He said, then we got accountability. I'm gonna let somebody else tackle this one first. Accountability. You know,
Who we holding accountable? Our mate or ourselves.
both.
Yeah, got to be both.
Okay. Okay.
Yourself and your mate.
That's right. You gotta be accountable for your actions. You
Mm-hmm.
know you you did something that she didn't like, and now you just wanna, oh man, I ain't say that when you did this or that right there. No, man, I'm accountable. Look, I did that. I'm sorry. You know what I'm saying? I ain't gonna do it again. I'm accountable for that. Fess up for it. Say, yeah, I know that you wanted to go out tonight, and I know that I shouldn't have got drunk and came home intoxicated, or came home or tired because I went and did this or I went and did that. You know what I'm saying? Hold yourself accountable, man. Come on, you did that. You know what I'm saying? Show her that you accountable. Show him that you're accountable, and y'all gonna get past it, and you're not gonna do it again. 'Cause that's gonna be the problem right there. But I ain't gonna get into that right there, because that's another key I'm gonna drop. And we got forgiveness.
That's a hard one.
That's just a hard one, because we can forgive each other and ourselves for a lot of things. Some things it's kind of hard to forgive.
It's hard to
You
forget. You can't forget it. You can forgive, but you don't forget. But have you
Yeah.
really? But have you really forgiven?
No, see,
I
that's the
know.
thing. A lot of people don't forgive.
Nope, a lot of people don't forgive. But I know the scriptures say, how can you ask the Most High for forgiveness when you can't even forgive you be around every day? We
Mm-hmm.
go up there, we pray, say, Most High, I messed up today. I messed up my job with it from my attitude to my actions. You know what I'm saying? And I need forgiveness. But another person might do the same thing to you, and you don't want to forgive them because they made an honest mistake. You know what I'm saying? Or even if it wasn't an honest mistake, you know what I'm saying? Because you can forgive somebody and kind of don't forget it, but kind of hold them at bay to not bring that in your
Your
presence.
hurt. Not bring
But
that hurt back to you, because
yeah,
that's what we be scared of.
yeah,
Let me speak on this for just a little bit, because this is something I had to work on, because this was something, and just not, we talking about male relationships, but I had to work on this with for friends too, because I'm such a loyal person. Like, I'm loyal to a fault. That's like one of my positive attributes, right? And
mm,
I expect that everybody should be like me. You understand what I'm saying? Or you should treat me how I treat you. And that was something that was hard for me, to forgive people when they hurt me. You understand what I'm saying? Because I put unrealistic expectations. I expected you to treat me like I treat you. But everybody
mm,
can't do that. Once I
yeah,
got to the point that I was okay with me, and I stopped putting my trust in man, but put trust in God and my high power. Because what I realized is, when I do that, he got me. You know what I'm saying? My feelings, he gonna allow me to be able to take it and say, okay, yeah, they did this, but hey, we gonna move on.
that's right.
In the beginning of my relationship, my husband was not where I was on the maturity level. You know what I'm saying? And
Yeah,
I was holding on to a lot of baggage. I was holding on to a lot of baggage, and I had to realize that, like, God, it ain't, I love this man, but it ain't just about him. It's a purpose in all this, and you got me. You understand what I'm saying? Till it got to the point that he had to go through his thing to mature and know where he needed to be as far as a husband to me. You understand what I'm saying? And I'm glad I waited and persevered because the
That's
20
right.
year old me would have walked out the door.
That's right.
You understand what I'm saying? But
Yep.
I prayed and I started asking God, God, allow me to not react to my husband. You know, sometimes we have to do that.
Yep.
You know understand what I'm saying? Cause whatever he got going on, that's what he got going on. But I don't want to react. Allow me to persevere through whatever we got going on. Let me be okay with it.
That's right.
Not be stupid about it now. I ain't finna be stupid and allow you to disrespect me. But I ain't finna harbor that anger. Cause that anger don't do nothing but hurt me. Every time you
That's
walking out
right.
the door, I'm wondering where the hell you go. I ain't doing all that, man.
That's right. That's right. I definitely don't do it.
I
I'm
ain't
not
doing
checking the
that.
phone. I'm not doing none of that.
None of that. None of that. None of that. But that comes from when you become okay with you. That's why I say I keep talking about being okay with you. You know what I'm saying? Knowing God that got you. Going back to what you talked about, them morals. Doing things because it's the right reason. Because when you do that, right gonna follow you. A
That's right.
person think they hurting you and you don't even be studying that shit.
Yep. That's right.
It ain't even
That's right.
phased you.
Ain't face. At the end, we got spirituality. You got to be evenly yoked.
Mm,
You got to put the Most High in your life. You got to pray. They say a family that prays together
stays
stays together.
together.
Because without spirituality, without God, without that that force that you can't see but feel in your life, boy, it's destined for doom.
Mm-hmm.
You got to. I mean, it doesn't matter what your beliefs are, as far as what religion or whatever you you prescribe to. You know, even if you're religious, non-religious, atheist, you know what I'm saying? You have to have some type of spiritual force in
Mm-hmm.
your life, because when you spiritual, you're looking at nature. You're looking at what God deems as being righteousness
For
and
you.
goodness, and what are the effects of not being a good person. Because when you spiritual, you're gonna strive to be better. You're gonna
Yeah.
strive to be that oneness with God, with nature. You know, and if you don't have that, you're just a drunk. You're just a broken person. You know? And sometimes a person can be so broken that the only thing that can mend them is a higher power.
That's
Is
true.
the belief of God, of spirituality, to come in your life and mend that broken heart. So you won't go into that relationship with that broken heart.
Hey Travis, I want to tell you something. I don't know why I'm talking to Travis. I just started thinking as I heard you E and what you was talking about, and it's so funny to me because it takes me back before I even got married, and I'll never forget being on my job with the state, and I had a friend, and he was 10 years my senior. He's a minister, and but I could always talk to him about what I was going through, or, this and that. And I was still kind of in the streets a little bit and stuff like that. And I'll never forget, I told him one day, I said, I'm waiting on God to give me a good man. Bless me with a good man. That's what I told him. He said, well, Aisha, how you think God gonna give you his best and you ain't at your best?
Woo!
Look, that thing hurt me, E. That thing
Mm-hmm.
hurt me. Because when he said, I said, wait a minute, now you saying I ain't bought shit. You understand what I'm saying? I took it in the negative, but for real, I wasn't. I was still in the streets. I was still going to clubs. I'm still partying. But I'm saying I want a good man. He gonna
Mm-hmm.
give me where I'm where I'm at. What am I gonna get a good
That's
man
right.
for?
That's
And when
right.
that man told me that, I said, "Ooh, you need to make some decisions." You understand
Right.
what I'm saying?
Got
You,
to.
you got to make some
And
decisions. You
that's
saying
right.
you want a whole man, you want somebody gonna treat you good, somebody gonna respect you, but you ain't even hanging in the places to get that.
That's right. That's right. That leads us to the next one, acceptance. Now, I'm not saying when I say acceptance that we accept anything. No, but we have to be able to accept that man nor woman are perfect. We strive to be perfect. So when you come to a relationship and he an A in this category, he or she is an A in this category, a A in this category, a B in this category, a C in this category. Be like, no, it's a C in that category. I'm looking for something better than that. Oh man, you got some things you got to accept and be willing to work on. You know what I'm saying? You got to express where someone may be lacking at. You know what I'm saying? Where you may be lacking at, and be acceptable to those things, so you can change or you can become better. You know, not saying accept the BS or accept the crap. No, I'm not saying that. I'm saying be able to accept that I need to change. I need to stop this. Just like you said that you were still in the club, you were still in the street. You had to accept the fact that you needed to change that. See how y'all see what I'm saying? Acceptance.
No, you're right. You're right.
Then we go to gratitude. You know, you ain't got no gratitude. You just, oh, he did that because he's supposed to. Shit. Oh, she did that because she's supposed to. Man. That's no wrong. What you mean? No, man. Come on now. Gotta have some gratitude. Thank you, baby. Man,
Mm-hmm.
I appreciate this. Like you say, man, I appreciate this man getting up at 4 o'clock, man, while I'm still laying in sleep. You know what I'm saying? I appreciate, baby, you get out work and you have the best dinner up in here. You know what I'm saying? Slave in here. I appreciate that. I acknowledge that. You know what I'm saying? Let them know that. You know what I'm saying? It ain't about, oh, he's supposed to or she's supposed to. I hear people say much.
Yeah,
Say,
that's what I was just gonna say. A lot of us out here, they get comfortable and they feel like that's what you're supposed to do,
hey,
but
real
that
man.
ain't
I
how.
can't.
But that that'd be a good way for your marriage or your relationship to end. No
Yep.
gratitude.
Yeah, just taking something for granted. Taking somebody for granted. Don't nobody want to be took for granted.
Mm-hmm.
Yes, I done seen people out here that years ago had somebody good and they messed up or left and thought it was thing was gonna be better. I done seen a few people I know. Their life never was the same again.
Yep.
Mm-hmm.
Taking them hearts for granted. Oh, she gonna always love me. Oh, she gonna accept me back. See, oh man, see, I always do. Man, no.
Yeah, I done seen men where they never found another woman like that, and I seen, the other way around too.
Yep, that's right. And you got to be which is this next one. You got to be humble. So you got to have humility. You can't be walking around with your nose up in there. You know what I'm saying? Because things is going good. You running around telling everybody, "Oh my man, my woman," and then when things ain't going wrong, you ain't humble no more. Man, this B or this B. That's why I seen a lot of people now,
Mm-hmm.
old man or old woman, and they stop being humble toward them, and things go right, and they never get back together with them because they like, I talk so much stuff, I'm gonna look stupid. I'm gonna look stupid. Man, humble yourself. Humble
Yeah.
yourself when you know you done did wrong.
Mm-hmm.
So God,
Then
God will make you humble yourself.
Sure
damn
will. He sure will.
sure will. Sure will throwing it up in your friend or your cousin face because you know they ain't got no good man. You all that shit, girl. My man don't do that. Girl, I never go for that. Humble yourself, baby. You know what I'm saying? You know, me and my man or me and my woman, we had problems, but you know, we fought through it. You know what I'm saying? We straightened ourselves up. You know what I'm saying? And we able to talk about stuff now. So just humble yourself. Stop putting your nose up in the air, man. Ain't nobody perfect, man.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah,
Nobody perfect.
a lot of them just be putting on too. A lot of them they don't be happy, but they'll come out and act like they happy.
Yeah, it's bad, man. It's bad. You know what I'm saying? You gotta have humility. I mean, come on, man. Yeah, a person that can't humble themselves, like Trav say, God will humble your ass.
Oh
Then
yeah,
what you gonna
we'll
be?
do it.
A nervous wreck. A nervous wreck.
Oh yeah,
You know, you,
life being shambles.
that's right. Then we go to, well, I know, trust and communication. You know, we spoke on communication, but you gotta have that trust. Like me and Aisha was saying, like I say, I don't check no phones. I ain't going through your messages. I ain't
Oh
trying to
no.
see where you say you was at, what you was at. I ain't finna read you your rights when you come in and oh, I bet you were doing this and I bet you, man, don't nobody wanna be untrusted. Cause,
Yeah, then you doing all that, you in trouble anyway.
that's right. Because you know what I learned? The person that's usually the most, the person that's usually always always telling the person that they did something or they ain't trusting is always the person that's doing something. That's why they ain't. That's why they don't trust because they is already messing up.
Yeah,
Yeah,
yeah, they'll try to act like it's you.
yeah, they accuse him. Mm-hmm.
Try to throw you
Yeah,
off.
I don't want to be every time I go out with my friends or go to the corner store. I got to be doing something. I got to be, man. That gets irks. That keep irking till you get like, man, I don't even care what you think. Think what you want to think. Then there it go. Here it come. All that rainy days. Now you stop caring about what the person think. You know what I'm saying? You ain't humbling yourself. You know what I'm saying? You ain't got no gratitude because you stop caring. She always accusing me. Always accusing me. Stop accusing all these folks, man. That's that baggage again. That's that
Mm-hmm.
bringing that baggage again up and down and to where ain't no problems and you making a problem where it ain't there. Just because the last person cheated on you, the last person did you wrong, he ain't did that, she ain't did that. We are all not the same. Because if we all not the same, then you ain't shit either.
Mm-hmm. I
You
think
Yeah,
that
know?
you,
goes back. I think that goes back to our spirituality. I don't know. For me, that's what how I dealt with it. I stopped putting trust in man. I put trust in my higher power that he got me. Cause man gonna be man, and
Yep.
and people are gonna do things to hurt you. Period. Cause we ain't perfect. Ain't nobody perfect.
Nobody perfect.
You know what I'm saying? But if I trust God, that God, you got me, and you ain't gonna allow certain things to come to me to devastate me
That's right.
that I can't handle.
Yep.
the
If
God,
they
the
time
God going he gonna put it in your face. But
Hmm.
see,
yep.
But he gonna allow
see,
you to be able to handle it too.
yeah, you
He'll
get,
have it
but
where you can handle it if you serving him and you know what you're doing and you in the right place, in the right mind space, in the right
That's
mind
right.
space.
yeah, but he gave us the right to choose what we want to do. So he put it in your face. You gonna choose whether you want to keep going through that or change or make a
Now,
change.
whether you're
That's
gonna be
right.
a victim or a volunteer, that's what I tell folks. Don't come telling me about that. Are you participating in it? Because if you
That's right.
stand, you participate.
Yep, that's right. But I'm gonna tell you something, man. If you don't have no trust in your significant other, it's going you alive. You is not gonna be able to sleep. Every time you away from that person, what's going through your mind is negative thoughts, and it is going to affect your everyday life.
Yeah, it's gonna affect your mental and your health.
That's right. Your mental and your health. Just don't nobody want to be cheated on, but you gotta trust. You gotta build that trust. You know what I'm saying? Like me, I'm gonna be honest with you. I trust the person until they show me difference.
Yeah.
So I'm not finna go through your phone. I ain't going through your purse to see you got any numbers. I done seen some men take it so far. They wanna do smell all kind of things. I mean, I don't understand all that.
But let me ask y'all guys now, so because y'all done took this to a different level, because some relationships have done some mistrustful things, and women. I ain't even talking. I'm talking about men. I'm talking about women too. And like we talked about earlier, people can't. Everybody can't walk away. Everybody have children, finances, or whatever that they may choose to stay. My mama stayed in the marriage forever since she was 14. She left this earth almost at 60. And her excuse was, we had a family. You understand what I'm saying? So people make these excuses and still live in relationships, not trusting their spouse. So what do we say to that? Because everybody just can't pick up and leave and say, because
I
I
can,
don't trust you, this is unhealthy for me. I'm finna pick up and leave. Everybody ain't strong and everybody ain't there.
that's right. But for me, for to only speak for myself, I can't do it because I know it's gonna eat me up. So we gonna have to sit down. We gonna have to plan to heal, or we gonna have to work on trust issues. And I mean me shutting up. That means us communicating. That means me having to humble myself and knowing that I have trust issues and I should not put that burden on her because I have those trust issues. I need to deal with them. Even if we got to go out and get professional help. Whatever it
Exactly.
is.
Yeah. And all black folk have it. I ain't gonna say all, but many black folk have problems with that.
Yep. Because I had a relationship one time and we were having trust issues and we were talking about the stuff and I asked her, like, look, you know what? How about we go to a relationship specialist? And when I just want them to hear your response to some of these things, I don't need to do that. I don't need to do that. Yeah, you know what happened? It didn't work. But
Wow.
I'm open for that. Whatever it takes. You know what I'm saying? If you're gonna be dedicated, that's one of the keys. If you're gonna be dedicated, do what it takes. Do what it takes to have that clear mind. Don't put the burden on them all the time because you don't trust them and they can't do this and they can't do that, or you gonna do
Hmm.
this, you gonna do that. That ain't doing that, but tearing up the relationship, man. That's all it's doing. And that brings us to our final key. Final key. No repeat offenses. That's why I said saying three strikes, but no, it ain't three strikes. No repeat offenses. And you know the offenses that I'm talking about, the ones that really hurt. You know, you can't heal when you keep doing the same thing. You keep missing that quality time. You quit not being humble. You don't want to persevere. You made a mistake outside the relationship, but you keep on making it. You keep doing this. You keep doing that. No, you ain't gonna hurt me over and over and over and over again. No repeat offenses. No, you ain't gonna do that. I'm not gonna do that because that's not right. It's not right to keep hurting a person that you say you love. How you love me and you keep hurting me? How you love her and you keep hurting her, but you want her to be faithful? How you love him when you keep being unfaithful to him, but you want him to be faithful?
Mm-hmm.
Him and you don't want to spend no time. How you love her when you don't want to spend no time? You keep messing up the time. We playing this. Come to that date, we don't go. Boom. Come to another date, we don't do it. Come to another date, it ain't happening again. No, man, you can't ask nobody to keep staying in a relationship with you and you keep messing up. You ain't changed. You just lying.
And
You
then
ain't trying to be a better person.
some people stay in them relationships because they have low self-esteem.
Yep. Yep.
So they'll let people hurt them over and over and over.
Well, that's an evil person to me, man. I don't want, if I saw I love somebody, man, I ain't even gotta love 'em. I just can care for them. I don't want to keep hurting them, man. I don't want to hurt
But,
them off
but,
top.
but see, the person that's doing that, they don't really care about the other person.
Nope.
If they really love them, they wouldn't be doing all that.
No. No, they wouldn't be,
See,
man.
that'd be a one-sided relationship. I say the
Yep.
other person, they have low self-esteem, and they gonna stick around. They know he out doing this or doing that, or he know she out doing this or that. They gonna stay there because they got low self-esteem.
Yep. Feel like they can't do no better, and all the men they out here in so much trouble. So I just gotta stick with what I got. All these women, man, they playing games, so I might as well just stick with this one. No, man, I ain't with that. I'd be happy by myself.
Oh yeah, 'cause there's plenty of people out here, plenty of men,
That,
plenty of women.
that's right. And I'm gonna say this, so I give everybody a chance to talk if they want to. You know what I'm saying? Number 21 keys, and if you can work on those issues, you can have a healthy relationship that leads to a great and lasting marriage. Any one of y'all wanna, Ms. Aisha Trey, I wanna take us out?
Well, I think that you summed it up. This was a great segment. What I would like to say to a lot of the listeners, especially our young people, we have we've gotten to the point, guys, where we've gone through some things, we've been through some relationships, and we've grown and learned better. If anybody younger is listening, talk to someone with some experience. Even at the age of 47, I have a mentor in my life, someone with experience that's 70 years old, knocking on 80. You know what I'm saying? That I can talk to and reach out to, not my friends, because hey, they going through the same thing I'm going through. I need to talk to somebody that's been there. You know what I'm saying? That's why you hearing the knowledge that you're hearing on this segment, because we've been there. We've been through relationships. You know what I'm saying? And we on the other side of it, and we still trying to grow. So get you somebody that you can talk to, share, and get some real experience from.
That's right. That is absolutely right. Trav, you want to say anything before we end the show?
Nah, we pretty much touched on everything. It was a good show. And a lot of this stuff, a lot of them keys, they go together.
That's right. They
Mm-hmm.
sure
Cause
do.
you, cause you messing up in one of them, it's gonna be a chain reaction.
That's right, baby. That is right.
Mm-hmm.
One block gonna lead to another falling block.
Yep.
Well, tonight, y'all heard it. Both sides of the aisle, male and female, and we're happy to listeners listen in, and hopefully y'all can master these keys because I'm gonna master them myself. So good night, everyone, and God bless you all. Good night.